Hello everyone and welcome to the Hisui podcast. I'm Wolf Taiko and I'm here with Canerain5 and Nurse Ethi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Tom's not with us today because his voice is apparently feeling a bit weird. So Tom, I hope you feel great. Well, I hope you feel better. And I don't have a camera right now because I left it at school. So if you're wondering about that, that's why. And I think that's all the big stuff to address out of the way.
If you wonder why my hair looks like I just woke up, I guess, it's really cold, so it's hat season now, which ruins my hair. That's super important, by the way, compared to everything else we've talked about, right?
Yeah. Much more important.
All right. Okay. Yeah, sure.
And I just look like this. I don't know the beauties of being a VTuber. I just look like this. I can change. I can change. I'm in my holiday sweater, hoodie, undershirt combo.
Oh, is it the one, the triple layer?
It's the triple layer, yeah.
Last
The
week?
triple layer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, last week. Yeah, I wasn't here last week. I forgot. Wait, why was I not here last week?
Because
Didn't you have to
played
work?
Pokemon Covenant.
Oh, I hadn't played Covenant, that's why.
I don't know if you were working. You also probably could have been doing that, too.
I don't think I was. I probably was, though. Last week was a lot of working. Because, I mean, yeah, they had me hired for like 5 days in a row. And it ended up being 31.5 hours of working.
Damn,
Definitely,
that's like almost a full
for you.
week.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah?
Whew.
No, that's why I was like, oh, thank God Thanksgiving break is over. I can rest now.
Yeah, that's a full work week.
Yeah, and on
Even,
top
like,
of...
That's almost a full work week for me. I do 3/12s. That's 36. You did 32.
Yeah. Yeah, and on top of that, I had college applications that were due Sunday. So I had to finish up college applications on top of the 31.5 hours of working. Which I have gotten my first acceptance letter. So
Hey,
hopefully that's
nice.
a
There
sign
we
of
go.
good things to come. Hopefully.
Nice.
Nice. You got to tell us where later.
I was gonna say, are you gonna make him say
Not
it
not
now?
on the podcast. Not to everybody, but like you got to tell me and Cade and Tom later. We're like,
Okay.
I want to be excited for you.
Mhm.
As long as you're not
It's-
applying to anywhere in Alabama.
No, it's not Alabama. My mom would not let me go there.
Damn. But
She
you don't
ran
want
away
me
from
your,
it.
Don't it?
you don't want me to introduce you to your identical twin?
Oh, okay.
Wait,
don't
is
think
there,
the
is there
members
an
know
inside
about
joke
that.
that I'm missing?
Oh, I think
my
there
God.
is.
I went to community college for a little while, and there was this guy. There was this guy that, like, I forgot about him because I didn't really talk to him that much outside of just when we were at college. But I was scrolling through my Facebook and I saw his face again, and I'm like, wait a second. I don't remember being Facebook friends with I don't remember being Facebook friends with Wolf. That wasn't Wolf.
That's good.
I'm not
That's
Facebook
good.
friends with Wolf. Also,
Yeah,
as
no,
far as
that'd be
anyone else
weird.
knows, I don't have a Facebook, so. But Cade, I will show you a picture of this guy because I mean, this gentleman is like
Is it
There's
like
a
splitting
resemblance.
image.
doppelganger?
There's a
Yes.
resemblance.
If
That's-
Facebook will let me log in.
I think I can
Facebook
look in
moment.
our messages because I know you sent it to me.
That's
But yeah, I mean, other than that, a lot of progress has been happening and stuff I can't talk about when it's come to like the podcast and even like DDPC. I will say that a lot of the progress that you do know, you may hear about soonish. Maybe? I don't know. It depends on how things go. But yeah, Kane, that's the person.
Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see the resemblance.
He has a bit, like, thicker eyebrows than me.
He's got, dude, this man's eyebrows are possibly the thickest I've ever seen. Coming from someone who has, I feel like, very thick eyebrows. So.
Plus, I think he has, like the lower half of his face is bigger than mine.
He looks.
I've got to pull up
dude,
a picture of you to remember.
So with this picture, it looks like he's like permanently mewing.
It does.
So I don't know if that's just him trying to like do that, or if that's just how he looks.
That is just how he looks. He did have like I remember he had like just this really strong jawline, and I'm like, you're a child. Why do you have such a strong jawline? Like,
bro has a strong ass jawline. Like, holy shit.
What the hell? Oh, other news. I mean, Hero Voltzy did a top 10 video for fan games this year, which he's done in the past. And Berserk was not on the top 10, but it was an honorable mention, which Abstract was not mentioned in his top 10 last year. So, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
hell yeah.
And Berserk may be mentioned in a YouTube video in the future, unless it's just in the thumbnail. And it's just not mentioned
Berserk's
at all in
getting
the
mentioned
video.
in this one.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also...
Yeah, I'll talk about that at some point, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the video essay, which will be out when
By
this
the
podcast
way,
comes out.
By the way, if you're watching this, chances are my video essay on Rebirth as a theme in Pokemon fan games is up, so go watch it right now. I'd take a look at all of the jam games from this past jam and take a look at how Rebirth was implemented as like a theme throughout the game. Some of them were really easy, like Berserk, and then some of them were a stretch. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm not super happy about how the video essay turned out, but I still think it's like worth putting out there. And I'm interested to see how it does, because I feel like this is like an extremely niche topic that like literally only EV Expo people would want to see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it'll be more interesting. Maybe it'll do better than I think it will. So, but really, that's being uploaded. That's going up on Friday, and then I'm very much in the process of working on my top 5 fan games video of this year.
Nice.
Which I want to drop next weekend, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It'll probably be the weekend after.
Understandable.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny, you say like Berserk, it's more obvious. No one really mentioned it. I think Dune Design. Well, no, because when Dune Design played it, he couldn't even figure out how Rebirth was part of it, and I was like, oh, it's because of this. And he was like, oh, right, I forgot about that.
Are you kidding me? How? How do people... It's like, it fucking smacks you in the face. It's like, it's one of the most obvious implementations of Rebirth, I think, in the entire jam, in my opinion.
Well, it's funny you say that, because how we use it in the game was decided as something the game would do before the jam theme got announced.
Well, yeah, I remember you saying that, which is crazy because the game uses Rebirth really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I like also Berserk's one of the games where I was able to find Rebirth in like many different aspects as well. It's not like, obviously there's like the very obvious way, but then there's some other ones
Interesting.
that I think are cool, which I don't know if they're like very like intended, just me trying to stretch the definition of Rebirth to its bitter end, because I really needed to do that for some of these other games, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hmm.
Because there are definitely some, I mean, like Perilous Heights, I don't really know how Rebirth has to do with.
I think I
Uh,
like even in the thread, and I think we even talked about this, it's more of like a theme of immortality.
mhm.
However, I think that there you can like see where like Rebirth like tries to slip in, I think. And there's another game that I think what was the other game? I don't want to give away my entire video essay, but
Yeah.
I think All Things It Devours also kind of has more of a theme of immortality instead of rebirth, but like it's nice that we're having like they're all like similar themes, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, mainly because it's a... Not... Was it required?
No, it
No, I
was
don't
not.
think so.
That's why I really had to stretch
No,
the
right,
definition
yeah.
of rebirth in some aspects. Because let me tell you, there were some games that definitely did not
Keep it in
that were
mind.
not inspired by rebirth in the slightest, that I just had to I don't want to say make up shit, because like I think it's a cool like thought exercise to like think about how like even how you can apply themes to games, even if that's not what the developers were thinking. But definitely some games did not. Just did not.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see that video now, especially because if you only talked about the obvious, like, thing of Rebirth in Berserk, I'd probably be a bit disappointed, but it'd still be cool. But knowing that, like, you find some other avenues that are less obvious,
I
very
think I have
intrigued to see what those
3
are.
different ways it shows up in Berserk.
Interesting. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
I personally
me
still
too.
think those personally still think those 3 are the most obvious, and I really could have thought harder and probably found more, but again, this was a video essay where I lost motivation very quickly.
That is fair.
I did
Especially-
enjoy, like, because I was really motivated, like, when the jam ends. By the way, I've been writing and producing this video since I've, like, finished the first jam game. Like, literally since August, I've been writing this script. And I've just
Nice.
been editing it along the way. So, as you can probably tell, I've, like, very much... Because I originally started writing this because I didn't know what video essay I wanted to do next. So I started writing it, and I was like, okay. And I just kept going, and I'm like... and then I started to get more ideas, and then I was like, but I'm already doing this. And then it was about time for me to start my top 5 writing, and now we're here. So the good thing is that there will be 2 video essays in the same month, which is great, because currently I'm at a cadence of like 1 video essay per 3 months. So
Yeah, that'll be nice.
yeah.
And also, it could probably balance out, because I do agree that, like, the Rebirth one is more niche, so it probably won't do as well, just because of the nature
Yeah.
of it being targeted towards a small audience. So, like, the top 5 may even, like, balance that out, and, like, that is
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
a lot more.
The
I can
top
see
5
it
will pop
definitely doing a
off.
lot better.
100%. The top 5 from last year is my most viewed video on the channel, which is actually crazy, given the fact
Yeah.
that I've had a YouTube channel for a fucking decade.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which also, like, when we're talking about, like, time and things going on for a while, I wasn't here last week, so I couldn't talk about it. But god dang, we've done 30 episodes of the podcast.
Right.
And I'm not gonna go too sentimental and, like, looking in the past too much, because that's our New Year's Eve episode. We're gonna get to that in, like, 2 weeks. Oh god, that's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Anyways, is it really? Oh no, it's 3 weeks away, thank god. That makes me feel a bit better. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like, when we started this podcast, I didn't know how long it was gonna last. You know, I was like, it could be 3 episodes, it could be more, because I just didn't know, like, what the response from the community was gonna be.
And then everyone just started showing up and showing support, and we're just like, well,
Okay.
I guess we're still going.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't expect it to be as fun as it is to talk with the group of people I have, because I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast. I feel like I probably have, but like, I did not intend for all 4 of us to be hosts. I asked like you 3, guessing that some of you would say no, mainly because of the time commitment or just like not really wanting to do it. Like, but I was like, who would I ask to be a part of it? And you 3 were just the first that came to my mind. I was like, I'll ask them. Some of them may say no, but then you all said yes.
And then here we are, almost a little over 6 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it like when I was asked, I was just like, "Fuck it," like because I was like, I also have no idea how long this is gonna go, but like, it's crazy because like when I accepted it, it's like I literally had like nothing going on in my life, and if you couldn't tell by my stream schedule now, I have a lot going on right now, so
Yeah.
it's actually crazy how often I've actually been able to make the podcast. Let me tell you.
Oh. Well, at least then, like, the podcast is almost like filling as like a content gap.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if I didn't
Yeah.
do this podcast, this would just be another stream night for me.
Most of the time when we record, it is another stream night for me.
Yeah. Ethy's a content machine on these days.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's just 3 days a week, every week,
Yeah, true.
for only like, I don't know, 1 to 3 hours. Unless it's
Yeah.
during something like the VTuber SummerSlam back in the summer, or Jolly Jamboree in 2 weeks.
Do you want to plug that
Very
some more?
subtle.
You want to
Very
plug that some
subtle
more?
promo. I mean, it's through Gamers Outreach, where it's SummerSlam but winter, essentially.
Nice.
Like that's the TLDR. Is it's SummerSlam but winter. The big thing that I'm gonna be doing is some shiny hunting, where I have donation incentives for people. Like if you donate a certain amount of money, I'll change which Pokemon I'm hunting for, or I have to change change games completely. Like instead of shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet, now you're making me do it in BDSP. Pay this much money and now I have to change methods. So instead of hatching eggs Masuda style, I have to, I don't know, use the radar or something. That's the one that
Honestly-
I'm most excited about.
Honestly, I think I would hate doing Masuda method. I think every other format of shiny hunting is so much more interesting.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for eggs to hatch using Masuda method. Like, other than soft reset.
Yeah.
Soft reset is just dumb.
Oh, I hate soft resetting so
It's
much.
just dumb. But like chaining or Pokenav are like so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my like little shiny hunting rant from someone
you're
who's shiny
good.
hunting maybe like 5 times in his entire life.
Nah,
Dude,
shiny
I've
hunting's
shiny
a
hunted 0
pain.
times, so.
Like, I guess if you're an interesting person, it's like good to stream because then you can like interact with chat. But like, I couldn't do that. I need a game to play.
See, I just have ADHD, so I just kind of let my brain go and hope for the best. As long as nothing too weird comes out of my mouth, we're good. But I don't have my incentives and like my donation goals or my donation incentives completely finalized. But I'm gonna go ahead and send y'all what I've got for now. Especially, I do want a like there.
Wait,
I'm gonna go
Wait,
ahead
what is
Wait,
that
what's this?
500? What is that $500?
Oh,
Yeah.
confusion. That's not the one that I. What's the secret reward from the Hints of Hisui hosts?
That is gonna be up to y'all. I am throwing myself at y'all's mercy to do whatever y'all decide that I'm gonna do. Which is a very dangerous.
Ooh.
Like I'm terrified of what y'all can think of.
I thought you were gonna have to we were gonna have to do like a cameo or something like that, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh no, that is if we reach the goal for 400 would be like y'all decide like I do a certain stream or I do something in the podcast or I don't know.
Okay, Kay, Tom, we need to split that price again. It's a 400.
I have trust in Ethy's chat. We can get there.
As long as we don't hit that 500, please don't.
I was gonna say you're really.
Please don't make me hit 500.
You're really putting an infinite fusion playthrough on the line. I don't think I would ever do that. I really
am. I really don't want to. Y'all know I hate Pokemon Fusion.
Mm-hmm. But is the donation
But
goal
think,
like if it hits that mark, or like if someone donates that amount in one payment?
If we hit that mark.
Okay.
So like as things progress, like that's why the 25, like the first goal of $25 for a draw Pokemon from memory stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll probably hit that. We're good. Like that's gonna be funny. Especially I'll never forget this this one YouTube channel, the National Dex. They haven't
oh my god,
done
I
stuff in
remember
a long time. They did a draw Pokemon from memory, and the Pokemon was Palkia. And the first shape that was drawn is exactly what you think it would be. And that was great.
I don't, but okay. Wait, so are each of the goals like a different like stream? Like would be a whole stream?
Yeah, these will be different streams.
3, 4, 5,
or
6,
some of
7,
them
8, 9.
Some of them might be like combined.
Mm-hmm.
Like
fanfiction,
like
viewer confessions.
Yeah, those would probably be more together for the sake of it's a lot of streams. And some of them like viewer confessions. I don't know if people are gonna do too many of those, so I'd want to have a backup.
Yeah. Mods and friends roast Ethy.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one, but
how is your 2D design reveal only at 150?
Because everything else,
that
like,
eager to show it off?
Kind of, yes. Y'all, It
is dope. It is dope. I will say.
Have y'all seen the full design? I don't remember anymore.
I don't know if I've seen the full design.
You've shown me.
Sent the ones for the thing.
You mainly showed.
Oh yeah, you've you've seen that's the full design. It just hasn't been finished by my artist yet.
Yeah. Well, you first showed me during that one night.
Yeah.
That was a fun night.
That was a trip.
I was not involved in this night. and I don't want to know what happened.
You gotta join in the night talks on my Discord server.
Dude, I sleep though.
Hey, you just gotta sacrifice your sleep schedule to the devil, and then
I already sacrificed my sleep schedule on the weekends, but I'm doing other stuff. I can't do it during the, maybe one. If I here's what I will say. If I join like your late night talks on the weekend, there's probably over a 50% chance that I'm drunk. So
that's okay. I'll go to the fridge and I'll join you.
Or
I don't have much in the fridge, but
or even worse, I will have sobered up after being drunk, which is
yeah,
not just a.
I can imagine that's not a fun time.
Not as fun.
No, it's not like I'm like hungover or anything. It's more like I'm tired of everyone's shit, and it is like the most angry moments of Cade ever.
Oh.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Which,
don't do that, because that's when like the most tomfoolery and bullshit happens. Is by that like 1 o'clock, like 2 o'clock, everyone's just
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Bro,
No,
we
I
have
mean,
stuff until
starts?
like 4 sometimes.
4?
It usually we
time does
usually
it start?
whenever
At
my
11.
stream ends. So
like
like
11.
12 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so if I join at 11, I can stay for like an hour and a half without like an hour maybe without like hating myself too much.
Yeah.
I mean, like, with the tomfoolery, I mean, those were the nights where we made the Overworld Shadows love song.
My god.
There is a song
some
about Tom
interesting
loving
nights.
Miltank. That was another fun one.
Interesting.
Yeah. We've had interesting nights.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we just play
like
Ace
it.
Attorney.
Yeah.
We've been slowly making our way through the what's his name? Apollo Justice Ace Attorney games.
Ah.
But haven't been able to do that as much lately. But we still have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll just stream whatever other game I'm playing that isn't whatever I'm streaming.
I see.
Fun.
Oh yeah, and the last thing that's been like going on, I guess, to catch up on is I finally started working on the Berserk devlog again.
Well,
Yeah, I messaged about this in the host chat. When was it?
Yes, I remember this message. It scared me.
Yeah. The script's currently at 26 pages. I'm not done, by the way.
oh
For
yeah,
reference.
the abstract video was only like 11 pages, wasn't it?
Yep, it was 11. So it's already double the length pages-wise.
Let me see how
And
long.
Abstract video was like 30 minutes. 33? So potentially this video, if I just like recorded it and don't cut anything out, would be over an hour.
Do you like are you like double spacing this at all or not?
I don't know. I'm writing it in like the script writing program that I use.
Oh. My Team Flare video is 9 pages long. And then let me check what my remake one was.
I mean, here, I can send you, like, the first page of the Berserk devlog, just so that you can see, like, what it looks like. Oh, yeah, no, it is not, double-spaced. Like, it is... Oh, wait, has it gone up? What page are we at now? Okay, no, it's still at 26. I thought it said 28, and I went, holy hell, no. But, like, this is what the script looks like.
Oh my god.
Oh, sweet God.
It's not
Sweet God.
I was gonna say, because my my remake video is 17 pages, but that's like more of a storyboard.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is
no,
just
this is-
straight up script. My god.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like this is the exact font and everything whenever like back when I was doing theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the screenplay font.
I didn't know that was an actual font. I thought it was just one of those like a lot of people just I mean it makes sense that it
No, that's the font you use when writing screenplays most of the time and like plays. That's just what the program uses because that's what the program is made for making scripts for like TV, movies, plays. But I also use it for YouTube videos just because I already have the program.
That's crazy. That font would drive me just insane. If you, well, most people don't know this about me, but I have to use, or not have to, it just bugs me. It's like an OCD thing. Like, I use a very specific, I use Calibri, which is like the word default. I don't know why. It just, it just feels right to me to use. I like would literally still turn in college essays and get points off because I hate Times New Roman with a burning passion. I like the EV Expo. Every single EV Expo document is in Calibri because I'm the one who starts them. So yeah, completely unrelated, but yeah. The top 5 video right now, I'm not done writing it, is 5 pages. So
Only 5? Oh.
I still have I've written stuff. Well, so my last top 5 was only 9 minutes long. And I didn't have a script for that. I just kind of winged it. This one I wrote a script for. I am having obviously 5 games. And then
What?
yeah, in the top 5 games. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm also having 3 honorable mentions because I can never limit myself to 5. Now, honestly, I want to have a 4th, but that's just gonna be the opener and closer footage, like I did with Space Trainers last year. So I have written stuff for every single honorable mention, and then 5, 4, and 3. I still have right to 2. I still have yet to write 2 and 1.
I see. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I actually think it's gonna be really good, but I say this about every video I say, and then it just slowly derails to madness.
Nah.
So we'll see.
But yeah,
But I'm
I mean,
feeling
even
really good about this.
Even
one right
calling
now.
it madness, that's like still pretty damn good madness.
True.
Just wait till you see this video essay, and then come back and
Pretty damn good madness. You can't see me, like the people watching the video can't see I'm actively like leaning into the microphone.
I can hear it.
But yeah, with the Berserk devlog, I'm almost done writing it. I'm at the point of like the final week of the game jam of the script. But the final week is gonna take longer to explain, because a lot more crap happened in Berserk's final week than Abstract's. Mainly because of Operation Fix the Fucking Game.
Operation Fix the fucking game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I think I've talked to you about this, Ethy. Basically how the story for Berserk sucked, and everything else I felt was good, but I was just sitting here with the story, I'm like, this is awful. And so the last week of the jam, I was just trying to fix everything I could to, like, make it, in my opinion, like, presentable.
That's why I had to cut the lighthouse.
Yep. That's the most obvious thing. But, like... No, one of the other things was, like... Kane, you remember the consciousness, right?
The what?
Dorn's consciousness?
Yes.
Originally in the story, he was only in one cutscene. So it was just randomly there. And then never appeared anywhere else in the game.
Yeah, that would have been weird. Because then it feels like like a way for like plot development, and you just had to like it was just like the easy way to fill a plot hole, whereas like if it's there multiple times, it's like, hey, like this is actually like a concept and like a thing that happens with Doran.
And like what I chose to do with it was like it represents, I don't know if anyone picked up on it, but it represents sort of like his dad's voice and how that shapes him, and like no matter what he does, like what his dad has taught him is like what like echoes in what he says. So that's like why that voice is like, lying is okay, while Doran like rejects that by being like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think I picked up on it. Like, we're not gonna go super deep into Berserk here, but I think I picked up on it more of being like a self guilt type of thing, which is like I think like roughly similar. Like it's obviously like I didn't pick up on the fact that it was his dad, but it was like obviously very like I don't know, we all have that like little guy on our shoulder that's like talking down to us, and if not, then well, shit. But yeah,
like the other things were just like after the second lab, nothing happened until the finale. There were no cutscenes, the Mimikyu chase didn't happen. It was just nothing.
Yeah, that would have been horrendous. I would have ripped it to shreds for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. So I was just trying to put in as much as I could there. Team Abyss was just nowhere when when the player died. They didn't show up again until the finale. So I mean, it was just stuff like that where I was like, yeah, this is just bad. We need to fix this. Anyways, that's enough Berserk for you guys. If you want to learn more about like the weird development it had, that video's coming up because oh my god.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably come out next summer at least. Because I mean, the abstract one came out a year after like it released. So it'll probably be similar with Berserk.
Dang.
It's actually
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it's gonna take forever to edit. Like, if it's an hour long.
Yeah, I know that sounds. This is like I'm limiting. I will try and limit my video essays as much as possible to like 30 minutes because number one, my computer will just absolutely blow up. Number two,
Yeah.
I hate editing. I hate editing with a burning passion. So that's what the one thing I will say about my Rebirth video essay, it was nice to edit it in like chunks because I would like write my blurbs for like a few games and then I would record it and then I would edit it because I was like still playing jam games.
Yeah.
That's more of like my software engineers, my professionals who use agile will understand. It's a lot more agile compared to waterfall. I'm sure that makes sense to about 20% of the people who watch this. It's a lot more enjoyable of a process, I would say.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just gonna nod in agreement.
Yeah, I mean it's not something that like a lot of people use, I feel like.
No. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there's not been like that many fan game news. I mean, there was the post that like you guys said a while ago about with Ire. I don't know if you remember that. That was a while ago.
Yeah. I think I was the one that brought it up. Where a lot of people were talking about their hot takes.
Yeah.
Hot takes.
Oh yeah.
The Overworld Shadows one.
Let's
Oh, I
see.
can't
Where
find it
is
now.
that?
Yeah, where is it?
I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Oh, there's Tom. Oh, we can talk about that. But later. Because I would want to like. I don't know. Have any of us played what Ronco posted about?
I didn't know Ronco posted about anything.
Oh, Close Combat?
Yeah.
I have not played Close Combat, but I like it's very cool,
Okay.
and I feel bad that like I would play this game, except for the fact that I hate fighting games. Not hate fighting games, maybe hate's a little strong, but I don't enjoy playing them.
Yeah.
That's just a me thing. Like even like Smash Bros. I like great game. I button mash and
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I only do it
it's in
with
host
friends.
random. But yeah, no, fighting games. I would probably play it, but again, also I can. Not a fighting game guy. On top of that, I've been busy. Like, these last couple days, I've just been trying to rest.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I know, like, Ronco has done, like, a lot of playing of this game and, like, a lot of work. Like, she probably understands the game the most out of, like, any player of it, I would think. And from my understanding, it's an absolutely incredible game, and I do think more people should be playing it. So if you enjoy fighting games, go play Pokemon Close Combat, or whatever the game's called. But it's not for me. I'm sure you've heard me say that multiple times in this in this podcast.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I know something that we could talk about, not in the fan game scene, but in the Pokemon scene.
Oh,
Pokemon scene.
The Pokemon Cypher dropped.
yes.
For the like, I don't know. I feel like the Pokemon Cypher is like literally made for me because like, oh, so before we go to the Pokemon Cypher, did y'all get your like Spotify Wrapped or like Apple Music Replay or anything like that? Y'all want to talk about that at all? You guys just like not listen to music?
I got mine from YouTube Music, and it was weird because I gotta find it again.
I don't know if like the music service that I use has something like that.
What do you use?
Amazon Music.
Amazon. Surely Amazon has to have something like that, right?
Oh, special delivery.
That's what I would think.
Maybe it does. Let me look. Okay, it does.
Okay.
2024 delivered.
Oh, that we have
We
Andy
spent
figuring this out.
We spent 27,693 minutes together this year, apparently. So how many hours is that?
I don't know. Mine was, I was in like the 70,000 mark. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music.
Oh, my music is all about the 2020s. Really? Okay, so 450 hours for me. Top genres. Pop, alternative, rock, and indie. A lot of alternatives.
Nice.
First, you were obsessed with Everlasting Summer by Seikara Orchestral. Later, I was all about The Feeling by Lost Frequencies.
Ooh, Lost Frequencies.
But only one song dominated my charts. This is very long. My
Yeah.
top song. Oh, Writing on the Wall by Will Stetson. That makes sense. I'm a top 3% listener of this song? Alright then. Alright, what? Anything else? It says it's halfway through, but I don't know what else. Oh, playlists.
Oh, do you have like a... It's like the... Because Apple Music has it where it's like a video type thing, I think.
Yeah. Okay, cool 2024 playlist is my top playlist. That makes sense. I listened to 233 artists this year, but someone stole the show. Seikara Orchestral. Okay, that is the funniest image. I forgot that that's their profile image. I gotta send that over. It's basically... I'll send it and then I'll explain it to the audience. It's basically the Giga Chad face, but with like drawn on like pink hair.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
So that's my top
such a
artist.
funny picture. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm a top 1% listener. Let's go.
Nice.
Anything else interesting? Top discovery. Ooh. I did like that. But yeah, no, that's, I guess, my 2024 recap.
Okay. Mine is like... My like listening habits are like... I'm like just below the level of like unhingedness where I would like share it. Like if I was any more unhinged in the way I listen to music, I would never share my like replay. But like we're still good, you know? Yeah, so I listened to 76,930 minutes of music.
Okay.
Your longest listening streak was 184 days, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
I listened to 1,132 artists. And the one that I listened to the most I've already watched this. This is no surprise to me. Anderson .Paak. That's like for I think it was like 2,700 minutes. Not a surprise for me, by the way. He's been my most listened to artist for like the past 3 years. Yeah. Apparently I listened to 636 artists in January, which is actually crazy. I listened to 3,731 songs. Actually, this shit is so funny. My top song is Like That by Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
Which kicked off the beef, which is hilarious. And just wait till you get to my second most listened to one. 302 albums. The one that is listened to the most is Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry, which is not surprising either, because I play that album all the time, even though it came out in 2022. My top genre was, I was just gonna be hip hop, rap. I already know that. What is this even gonna? Oh, that's just a recap. My number 2 most listened to song of the year. So my number 1 was Like That, right? My number 2 was Not Like Us. So yeah, y'all can definitely tell which side of the beef I'm on. My artists were Anderson .Paak, Kendrick Lamar, Denzel Curry, Metro Boomin, and JID, which is, I feel like, a pretty common top 5 for me. And the 2 albums that like have over 100 minutes listened are Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry and Malibu by Anderson .Paak, which are like probably my 2 favorite albums. Genres: hip hop, R&B and soul, pop, rap, alternative, which I don't know. This is like, to me, this is like the most like, it's very much me, which is good. Sometimes like last year I was able to share my top artist, but I was not able to share my top song because it was so unhinged. It was so against literally everything I like stand for. It was because I listened to this one song for like, I listened to it probably like 100 times in a week, and then I like literally never played it again for the entire year. Sometimes you're just in that kind of mood, you know? Sometimes you're just in that kind of mood. It was not a good mood. It was a very destructive mood, actually. And I don't think I've listened to that song since. And it's also a shit song. I don't even know why I listened to it. So.
Feel that?
Anyways.
Mine was only 9,527 minutes of listening, but apparently
weak music listener.
Yeah, look, well, okay. Some of that like my YouTube music is very skewed because of I use my YouTube music for my streams.
Oh, okay.
So it's like most of the music that I like, I quote unquote listen to is all stream beats by Harris Heller.
I see.
Because that's what I use as my music for my, like, don't get me wrong, it's good music, but it's not my like, not really my jam. Like it said your listening this year is giving hyped, chipper, energetic, and pop music. With my number 1 song actually being, thankfully, not anything by Harris Heller. Waiting for You by Alexander Jean. It's kind of a breakup song, really. like a good breakup song. It's a breakup song, and yeah, it's a breakup song and an I'm glad I found you.
I see.
I found somebody better.
You don't have to have shame in that, because my top 2 songs were diss tracks. So
The top song I mainly listen to for inspiration for DDPC, which that's what I do a lot of the time when brainstorming for stories. I just listen to music.
Interesting.
Do you not do that, Kane?
No, I mean, I don't really write stories anymore. I listen to music to like while I work a lot, and I'll like the reason why I think I have that's definitely the reason I have a lot more time listening than you guys, but also I like I have like really high like artist and album numbers because I listen to a lot of like albums and like new music, and a lot of it is honestly not that good.
Yeah.
But then I like obviously will listen to certain songs the most. Yeah, and like when I'm like writing, because I don't really write stories anymore, I just kind of write like video essays. I like will go and watch like little segments of like video essayists that I like really like, and then I'll like be like, okay, now I'm in like the mindset of like writing a video essay, and then I'll go do that.
Yeah, no, like for Berserk, I feel like I've talked about Berserk so much in this episode, but I'm gonna use it as an example. Like, I was listening to, like, The Dead Come Talking, Chasing Shadows, I Can't Decide, which basically the lyric is like, I can't decide whether you should live or die, blah 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 blah. Top of My School, which was about a song about someone who was at the top of either pressured to stay up there, which I've also been using for DDPC. I don't know, Berserk I didn't do it as much, I think, as like some others. Like I remember Abstract, I had like 3 songs I was listening to, and I would just like think of like the story while listening to those in particular.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's also like a good way to like get out of like creative ruts sometimes. It's just like listen to music, see what that topic is about, and like see like if it strikes a chord with me, do I find it interesting, and then I can relate it to a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the
I'm here
Pokemon
for
Cypher
it.
now?
Yes.
That shit was so fire. That shit was so
That
fire.
was so good.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I loved that they went with kind of like with each set of verses, it was like revolving around a type.
So like Andy, because I assume you haven't listened to it, there's basically like 5 groups of like types that had like 3 artists on it, and they would all like do like a few like they'd all have like a verse, not like based on a type, but like kind of surrounding a type, because like their bars weren't about the type. It was more like, I think the beats specifically really sound like that type. Like for example, well, I don't want to, I don't know if you'll understand this, but like for example, the dark type, which is probably one of my was probably like my favorite part of the cipher, is like a bunch of boom bap, which is like super like old school, like East Coast, like I'm gonna rap really slow, well, not really slow, but like slower, but my bars,
but not quite white people like, and now today we'll learn something.
not like a hickory dickory dock. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Not like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Good.
Very like basic kind of rap beat from like maybe like a 90s thing, but like the bars are like very deep. I guess like complex. Sorry. I'm not great at describing music. I'm good at describing video games. That's why I'm here. And then they had the final 4 verses be like Elite 4. Which is really cool.
It was fantastic. When I emailed this is still such a weird sentence for me to say. When I was sending Jay-Witz my email about the Jolly Jamboree, I was I was telling him like, okay, yeah, here's all of my information. I consent to this. I consent to that. And then one of, let me find it. I'm nervous and excited, but you said it best yourself. We go in focus sash and we don't know defeat.
There we go.
That was one of his lines.
Mm.
And I'm just like, I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my god, I'm like, I'm nervous because I'm like, oh my god, I'm such a dork. But at the same time, oh my god, I'm actively like sending, like having like casual business emails with this guy that I've looked up to for years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I think it's funny because it's like you see like a lot of people on like Instagram have their post of like quoting like a song or something like that, and I started doing that with my streams this week. I was so funny. Like, so I don't think like in the Pokemon community, like I think like that is so chill. Like you should definitely be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the first stream this week. I think I named the stream. Let me find the bar because it's actually so genius.
But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not like a huge rap person. It's like one of my two like only genres that I don't really like. There are like some rap songs that I can get into, but it has to be like very specific and almost combined with another genre.
Mm.
Oh,
But,
okay.
like the two genres I don't like are rap and country.
Don't worry, I'm right behind you on country.
Alright. It was funny when I said it's rap and it's like, you're like an old time folk and country. Okay, you balance yourself out there.
Yeah. No, I especially modern country.
Yeah, we don't talk about modern country.
Ew.
Like most of when I'm from Alabama, it's not surprising that I have a taste on country music.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely enjoy older country music, especially written by women. When it's written by men, it's just I was sitting in my beer praying to Jesus that I was sitting in my truck drinking a beer praying to Jesus that my woman would come home.
So
And then
true.
I cast my fishing line and I just said life is good.
Or there's
then-
the whole like old town country roads.
Okay, but that's a banger.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
That's a banger. That's a banger though. But then you've got women in country music. And it was like women in country music are more of I set his place on fire because he cheated on me with this whore from next door and she thought that she was going to get away with it. So I set her on fire too. And then when during the conviction, the judge let me get away with it.
Isn't that exactly Before She Cheats by Carrie Underwood? Is that the song that you just described, basically?
I think so, pretty much. a little bit of that, and a little bit of "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia" by Reba McEntire.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so
Little
I
sister
pulled up.
don't miss when she aims a gun.
So my favorite bar, I went and found it. I got it word for word here. Actually, I'll just copy and paste it so you guys can read it. But it is Fuego Snuffum, my iron works, I can't go bluffing.
What?
Nice.
Because so there's the Pokemon inspiration is the Fuego Ironworks from Gen 4. Which is like I never thought of like you can make like these guys are like really creative on how they like craft their bars. There's probably more creative ones. But I never thought like, oh, make one based off like a location. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a thing that exists. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. But also the like double entendre obviously is like his ironworks and he's not gonna bluff about that. Which is like I hope I don't need to explain it. I don't really want to mention it, but you should know what that means, I feel like. Do I need to explain it?
Okay.
Do I need to? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the Fuego Snuffin?
Fuego Snuff'em, I think, was a continuation from the previous bar. Oh,
Yeah, I don't
no. Fuego Snuff'em, I think, is like talking about like the person he's like probably running up on, I guess. I think. Because I don't know. I picture it in like a drive-by fashion, basically. I don't know.
You're explaining this to the wrong guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember which I don't remember which part this was. So
This is Ty Wild's verse. Here's one that I think you guys will all get, and it's from Blackman's verse.
Mark, I'm Freddy Darkrai.
And that
Okay, I get that.
that might be such a it's such a genius line. Because also Kay and Ruger are also that emote that
Other-
you put in the in the chat. And then the correlation, yes, actually, I'll just say the bar. For any mark, I'm Freddy Darkrai, K right next to the Ruger. Which is cool because you like have the like parallel between Freddy Krueger and Darkrai. It's dope.
love it.
Yeah. Like when I say I feel like the cipher is made for me, like I really feel like it because it's like rap, Pokemon, like two of my favorite things like combined. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm. And it definitely has a lot of deeper meanings to people who are more in the rap community. It sounds like compared to like.
Well, yeah.
I'm just in the some of this extra stuff is going over my head, which is unfortunate, but I'm also very happy that there's like it's just sprinkled with Easter eggs everywhere.
Yeah. I think like a lot of like the lyrics like if you listen to rap, they can be heard as like, oh, just like classic like flexing in like a rap song. But like you also read, if you actually go into the lyrics, and like almost every single bar has like a Pokemon reference in it, which is super cool.
Yeah, speaking of like stuff sprinkled with Easter eggs, you saw Wicked recently, right, Kate?
Oh yeah, okay. I'll dude, I saw that last night. Dude, I played Defying Gravity at least 10 times at work today. That's just about to get into my replay in December. It's probably going to be my most played song. Well, I don't know about that because the Pokemon Cypher just dropped and Kendrick's album dropped like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever. But
So it's got competition?
it does have competition. But like in any other like slow, like if this was January's notoriously a slow music month. Like I would totally like just probably have that on repeat. Yeah, Wicked is amazing. And it's only part 1. And also I don't know if you did talk about Wicked, right, Andy, in a podcast or I totally understand when Andy says the story of Wicked is a story that I would write. It is so obvious. It is so obvious. And also I had never seen Wicked like before. So I was like, and the people or the person I was with was like, yeah, like you haven't seen Wicked, and like because all I knew was like Wizard of Oz, right? So yeah, it was.
Which I mean, there were even Easter eggs to the Wizard of Oz, like the logo at the beginning.
Yeah, see, I didn't really pick up on a lot of the Easter eggs because I'm not super familiar.
Well, I feel like
With-
the logo was pretty, like, in your face.
Yeah, but I don't remember the Wizard of Oz logo off the top of my head, unfortunately. The
I
one
don't
Easter
either.
egg I knew kind of immediately, and I like didn't even know, is the
This.
oh yeah, no, never mind, I got that.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
so
you were-
obvious.
No, when I hear logo, I think of like a sports team logo, and there was like I did not recognize any like iconography of like the Wizard of Oz. No.
No, yeah.
The one Easter egg that I thought was pretty obvious, and I don't. Is it weird to like? Because I don't want to spoil it, but like. Also, it's wicked. Like, you should probably know what it is. But basically, like the number they do right when they arrive in the Emerald City, I knew that like the little like action scene.
Yeah.
I was like, these like two people in the action scene, like pretty obviously, like
Our people.
are like important people to like Wicked as a concept. That I'll say that.
Yeah, my mom, like, fangirled out when they showed up.
I mean, like
Hard.
who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Like especially if you like saw it, like especially if you saw it on like Broadway, like that would
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
totally.
And, like, we saw Wicked Wednesday before it released. So we were, like, early. She hadn't heard anything about it. And that just happened.
Yeah. And also like I don't know, because I feel like I'm such a normie when it comes to movies, so I'm not gonna try and get into like deeper topics. I will say though, the deeper topics were there, and that's part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, like Andy would totally write something like this, because there's so much like theming and motifs there. Like obviously that's in Wicked, but I think like even the like the casting decisions and like how they shot everything is like also like
Oh, the cinematography is
but
amazing.
yeah, it was amazing. But fuck, what else was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, the runtime was not an issue. There
No.
was enough, other than me having to go to the bathroom because I drank pop before the movie, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Basically, Ethan, you need to watch it.
I
Yeah.
do. I definitely
Highly
do.
recommend. Highly recommend.
Especially I love Ariana Grande's voice when she's anything but Cat Valentine. And I've just, especially from a queer perspective, I need to watch it because of how important Wizard of Oz is to the community. But also just because I know Wicked's a good movie. And I need to I'm really tempted to listen to Defying Gravity, and I want to hear it because I love that song so much.
No, dude, I was
Especially-
so close to breaking out in song like at my desk today. I was like fighting the urge.
No, the one that's been stuck in my head a lot recently is Dancing Through Life.
I think I'd have to listen to that again.
It's the number that, like, Fierro sings at, like, the library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I only listened to that like maybe once today because it's 9 minutes long.
Wait, you
But,
only
like,
watched
yeah.
what today?
What? I only listened to that song once today, probably
Ah.
because it is 9 minutes long. And that's
True.
like one of the things for me is that like I'm not a super big fan of like musicals in concept because like why are you singing? Like I understand, but like
Yeah.
just me.
Not a fan of just spontaneously breaking out into song to express your emotions.
Not well, like look, like music is amazing and it's fantastic. As you can probably tell, I listen to music a lot, and it's a great way to like get in touch with your emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess I've never been like a musical guy in terms of like suddenly breaking out into song. That's just not something that I've been.
No, it's completely
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
It's definitely a strange thing to do, but I like how well it can be used for exposition.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I mean, you still enjoyed Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not saying like this isn't like it's not even a movie that I'm going to say wasn't for me, because I really enjoyed it and I really want to see part 2. I really want to see part 2 because I want to know what happens, because I'm going to try and not spoil myself, even though like I know what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even I don't entirely know what happened in part 2, because even though I did see the Broadway musical when it came to my hometown, like, I was super young at the time, first of all, and, like, during the second act, it was, like, past my bedtime, so I, like, don't remember, like, anything from the second act. So, like, this movie, I was like, yep, these are the parts I remember from the musical, and then everything afterwards is kind of just a haze. So I'm very interested to have it not be a haze anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, similar hat. It's just been a long time since I've watched Wicked, so I don't remember much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Also, Ariana Grande does kill it. She's amazing.
Oh, amazing.
So good.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
Like,
and
not just
the
in
other
music,
person
but just
killed it
acting.
too. The other person
Yeah,
killed it too.
Cynthia Erivo, I think, something like that.
I mean, everybody killed it, honestly.
Cynthia Erivo, there we go.
Like, I was shocked that... I don't want to spoil it, but there was a certain casting decision. When the dude came out, I was like, "You're that guy?"
Oh, are you talking about Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not really a spoiler, but yeah, Jeff
and
Goldblum
then I
the
was
wizard.
like, yeah. And then I was like, "Oh, you know what? I suppose this, like, he actually fits. He actually, like, really fits."
Yeah. No, I mean, that was, like, one of the other castings, like, when the castles came out. I was like, oh, this movie's gonna suck. We have Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz. We have Ariana Grande as Glinda. I mean, it seemed more like celebrity casting than, like, actual casting.
But I take it
But-
it's still
No, that
turned
was
out
Red One.
pretty-
That was
Oh,
Red
no.
One.
Yeah, that was Red One. I was hesitant, and I was proven wrong.
We take that.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess just in general, like, I'm trying to be more positive towards media again. Trying to.
It can be tough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like I've gotten better. I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh no, there was one thing I watched recently that I hate, but it was just terribly made. Like, me and my sibling, like, don't even, like, call it by its name. We just call it Hellspawn. We call it Hellspawn. That's all we call it. We don't acknowledge it any more than that. It's just like, oh yeah, Hellspawn over there. So, you know, that should tell you something.
That tells me a lot. I'm terrified of what it is.
Dude, it's so bad. Like, in the first, like, 5 seconds, it got to a level 8 out of 10 on the hatred scale for my, sibling.
Oh my god.
And then it just kept going higher. And then higher. Oh, and then there was that scene. That's when we had to drop off. We just had to stop. We couldn't even make it through a whole episode. Like, oh my god, that scene. Oh, why did I have to remember that? Oh.
What else do we have to talk about? So we don't have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
think about this. This has definitely been the least Pokemon centered and fan game centered episode.
Oh,
By
yeah,
far.
you're right.
By
Well, there's
far.
also there's also just like not much Pokemon fan game news that
Yeah,
happened this week.
there's not a ton. Like everybody's
it's
putting
the end
out
of
their
the year.
year-end lists, right?
Yep.
And I am trying not to watch year-end lists because I don't want them to impact my year-end list.
That makes
Even though
sense.
I'm not changing the order of anything at this point, I feel like I had a pretty solidified list of games that I wanted to write about, and the order may have changed here and there of those games, but nothing really too crazy otherwise. I will say the games that I played this year are so much better than the games I played last year. Maybe it's just because I am now done with college and I actually have time to stream and play more games. But also, well, I said this last episode, I'll say it again. This past jam was absolutely stacked.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a big deal because a lot of the games that I end up playing are jam games, but there's a good amount of non-jam games in there as well. So
Yeah,
very
I hope
much.
Berserk's not on there, or else people will accuse. I don't know. They'll accuse something.
I don't. I don't make.
I pay him off.
Nobody pays me. I just write about. You couldn't pay me. I am a sponsor's worst enemy. Do you know how much a sponsor would have to pay me for me to put up with them? Like,
No.
like, I do this as a hobby, bruh. Like, I'm not here to sell out. Like, yes, I want my stuff to do well, and that's why I am talking about how well the video essay is going to do, but I want that to be on the merit of the quality of the content, not based on anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I already sell out in my day-to-day job. I don't sell out, but, like, I want to do stuff that I enjoy.
Also, Ethy, I found another VTuber who's going to be streaming Pokemon fan games.
Oh?
Is it Kenny?
No.
No, I
I
did
found it
see
on
in.
the fan game feed.
Oh.
Fan game feed stays taking W's?
Yeah. Oh, for a while it was honestly not in a great state though.
There was a little bit of time, and then
Even L talked about that.
then
But-
it's good now.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
I
Mainly
always do still
because-
have the random ass Guelph news source from Ontario that has their weekly article in the Pokemon fan game ROM hack feed. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah, well, no, because for a while the feed also looked through replies and would include those, and that was what was like really like just stuffing the feed with a lot of stuff it didn't need.
Yeah.
And so I excluded replies, and that's why it's gotten better. There's still just kind of like miscellaneous talking about fan games, but I mean that's fine. That's just not for everyone. But like also through the feed now, you know, we find people like this. We find just a lot of cool stuff that like I would not have seen otherwise.
I need to go through it more often.
There is a lot of Rejuvenation Reborn love. That's like 50% of the posts.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that.
I mean,
I will, but
These-
you know.
I mean, these games have gotten popular for a reason, and
Yeah.
we have a feed that kind of has the finger on that allows us to have a finger on the pulse of like what the greater community thinks about fan games. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's a very good thing to really notice that what games are the most popular.
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah, obviously
Rejuvenation
we wish
Reborn are definitely up there.
we wish there were more games talked about. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, we can't control what people talk about.
yeah, exactly.
That is what we call censorship,
Yep.
among other things, but yeah. Hey, we've talked about fan games now. Let's go.
Yay, we did it.
Yay.
Remember when this was a Pokemon fan game podcast?
Can you imagine? It's actually crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, I have started doing like trying to concoct like a top 5 list myself for the New Year's Eve episode. But like I was like adding all the fan games I played, and I was like, oh my god, I've only played like 11 fan games this year.
Yeah. I kind of I felt like I kind of ran into that last year too, because there was just like a large portion of the year. Like last year I tried to do, I think, the Winter Game Jam for a little bit, so I like wasn't playing games then.
Yeah.
And then I did the Pog Jam, even though that was a week long, but like I didn't play that. And I played a lot of Pog Jam games, which is like, I mean, say what you will,
but those aren't
like,
gonna be in like the
those aren't
top
gonna be
five.
in
There
the
was
top
one.
5.
There was one. It was Bike Rampage.
Yeah, because Bike Rampage is amazing.
Yeah.
Go play Bike Rampage, everybody. Actually crazy game. Honestly,
wait,
that shit
that
could have been
reminds
higher.
me.
That shit could have been higher.
That reminds me of, because I remember that Pog Jam I made Who is Pog. And Who is Pog was greatly influenced by a visual novel game called Nausea. I don't think either of you guys know about it. Basically, Nausea is like the gameplay of Who is Pog, but like expanded as if it was like an actual full game. But it's that same like loop of like a random character is the nausea in your group, and you have to talk to them, figure out their rules, and by figuring out people's rules, you like cross them off. People lie, and you have to figure out who the nausea is, kind of more off of like logistics, statistics, and stuff like that. Like
Interesting.
it's really fun. What's interesting though, news came out recently that game is getting an anime. And I don't know how that's gonna work, because Nausea is kind of like a roguelike.
Interesting.
So... We'll
Go
see.
one of a lot of ways.
So true.
We'll see. I mean, I'm interested, but I am confused.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
And there's... I don't know, is there anything else we need to talk about?
Not that I can
think
think
so.
of.
I finished the Duck Detective, for those who are wondering.
Ooh.
It's actually such a
Oh.
fun game. It's such a fun, cute little game. But it's not like not too crazy.
One last thing I remembered was something I feel like a lot of people forgot was this year. And this is the only reason why I played even more than 5 fan games. The Insert Name Jam. It did not feel like it happened this year. I don't know about
No,
you
it did
guys.
not.
Feels like a long time ago, yeah.
But there were honestly like a lot of good games on it. I think a
Yeah.
couple of them bled into my top 5, and I mean, because of Glacial Chronicles, I liked a lot what Reek brought to the table, so much that I went in to make a game with him, and that ended up being Berserk.
All right.
I mean, like, honestly, Ethan, you should get around to playing, like, some of them. I feel like you would
Yeah.
like Hues of Harmony. Hues of Harmony feels like it'd be, right up your alley.
I don't know why I never played any of them. I don't
I know
remember what
why.
was going on.
I remember, so you were gonna stream them, but then you changed it to recordings to, like, better suit, like, the theme of the jam of, like, giving feedback to people and, like, improving, but then you got so busy you never had time to record them outside of streams,
yeah.
and then it never happened.
Oh, yeah. Life is
other-
hard.
Other good ones, I mean, Family Restaurant, that was an NTA game. What, did I cut off there?
A little bit.
Family Restaurant, that was an NTA game. Pokemon Terrarium, a Star Wolf game. Where is the... Cerubia. Here it is. Pokemon Season Stone, a Cerubia game.
There are some very solid games from the insert name jam.
Yeah. And then Iron Memory, divisive. Like, I say Berserk is divisive, but Iron Memory is so much more divisive. Cade had mixed feelings on it at best, I feel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very much not like my other games. And I mean, I kind of did that on purpose. But I mean, I don't need to get into that. There's a reason why I talk about Berserk and Abstract and not Iron Memory. It was not like a huge project for me, and like, I am gonna try my best. And mainly that was because I was like, I did that almost purposely to like, because I had just made Abstract. So I felt like, and with how positively like Abstract has done, I mean, I think the thread is almost at 100,000 views now. I knew that there would be kind of like a pressure on me like whenever I made next. And so I went, okay, the next game, I'm just gonna fuck around. I'm not even gonna try to make a good game. And then I'm gonna distance myself from Abstract, and then it'll be fine. And I mean, it mostly worked. But then it also meant that people just played a game that wasn't, like, polished. But I mean, honestly, I feel like with jams, like, the way Relic Castle game jams have, like, progressed have almost blinded people into, like, what game jams kind of truly are. Like, they're not really made to make, like, complete, finished, like, super well-rounded, like, fine, polished games. It's great when they do, but that's not, like, the purpose of game jams. And, like, that was the first time where I did that, where I was more just exploring with unique gameplay ideas I had of, like, doing an action-based combat system.
Yeah.
Not action, strategy-based.
Yeah. I mean, I like definitely know what game jams are made for. I've like, it's, yeah. For me, I like what's different between like the Relic Castle game jam and even like you can even group the insert name jam in there, compared to like a lot of other game jams. A lot of game jams are really not that long. A lot of the ones that I've seen have been like just a weekend or a week at most, right? That's why, and that's why like normally those game jams are a lot more attractive to me because I lose motivation very quickly. I have a strong track record of not releasing games for the longer game jams, and like, yeah, because of how many great resources there are for the fan game community, I think it is really easy with the time that you have to make a more complete thing. But I do like, there is definitely a lot of value in like still experimenting in things.
I mean, look at Gone Fission.
Yeah, like, fantastic game.
Oh yeah,
great proof of concept.
Like, that is definitely a fan game that is like stuck with me. And like, that'd be interesting if a game like delved into that and like had that as like a core thing.
Yep.
But I mean, I also got, Tech is busy. I haven't seen Tech that much in the community, like, since the insert name jam. Anyways, any, like, fun facts to end us off on, or, like, any funny things to say?
I feel like I've run out of. No, wait, I've got one more.
Okay.
Spiders have clear blood.
Oh, that's cool. That's not weird. That's actually... I wish I had clear blood.
What? No, you don't.
Well, no, because...
No, you don't.
Yeah, because then I could bleed, and then nobody would notice, and I could keep living on like normal.
Including yourself.
Yeah, you wouldn't know either.
Yeah.
Do you...
That's
okay.
fine. Then I could just push through it, and I'd be fine.
Okay, very personally, I need my blood to be a color not clear, so, yeah.
Well, also, like, with doctors, like, sometimes when taking, like, shots, like, I can't handle seeing blood, so it just being clear, that would help with that.
How are you getting blood from taking shots? What?
Not shots, or like, no, like, I remember when
Getting
I was on
blood drawn?
Accutane. Yeah, I needed blood drawn.
Oh yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah. That's different.
For
Yeah. I hate
I
testing.
mean,
getting blood
yeah,
drawn.
even
that's
like
different.
when you give a shot, yeah, you're gonna
shots,
get a,
that's
like
fine.
just a little bit, but not.
No. I mean, that I'm mostly fine with. But no, yeah, there's still like a little bit of blood from shots. I mean, it's not a complete clean transaction.
Yeah, I guess
Or like,
nothing.
oh, that reminds me, oh, there's one gnarly time that like, I think I've talked about this to at least Ethy before. I was playing basketball, and I mean, I was like standing nearby the goal to like get like the shot in case it was like to get a rebound.
Yeah.
And but like the person was running up to do a layup, jumped up, elbowed me in the face, and like pushed so hard that my tooth went through like the skin like right above my mouth.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's nasty.
Like just went like straight through. There was just a hole there. Yeah, no, they closed off recess and rushed me to an emergency center. Because
Yeah, no.
I was just standing there. I was like, huh, my face feels a little numb. It's fine though. And like literally, someone walked over to me and were like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is nothing." Right when I did that, I took my hand off like my mouth, and I just saw like blood just all over my head, and I went, "Oh,
yeah.
okay, maybe I'm not
mind.
fine."
Yeah. Don't worry.
Anyway, sorry if that was too gross for listeners.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
that it's not too bad.
No.
I've broken my leg from basketball. It happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, apparently the person who elbowed me in the face felt so bad afterwards that, like, they harmed me. Like, me specifically.
Well, like,
I-
yeah, I would feel bad if I injured somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
Or
it
at
was
least
more like I
injured them
can't-
to where they had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like if
Well-
I injured you and you just got a bruise, oh well,
Oh,
suck
yeah.
it up. Sorry.
Well, no, it was more of like a, I can't believe I hurt, like, Andrew, of all people. So that was sweet. I heard that from my mom, because, I mean, she was a teacher at the time. At that school. Which led to a lot of awkward things, because they did not like my mom.
Oh.
No, she's just, like, a bit more, like, she's not an easygoing teacher. Like, she will be hard on you.
Ah,
So
I
not one
getcha.
that goes over well with students.
I
Which-
gotcha.
I usually then got lumped into. But yeah, anyways, on the topic of blood, I guess, I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. It was a bit weird. Not our weirdest episode, though, I feel. We've
No.
had some more random ones.
Y'all have we definitely had some crazy ones.
I mean, there's the Halloween episode.
I feel like there's a few
That's a
episodes that I haven't
big
been in
one.
that have been absolutely batshit insane. So
Yeah.
Nah.
nah.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, no, we're just a bunch of normal people with normal conversations about Miltank, our favorite Pokemon.
And with that, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.